Good morning. So I talked about a game that I've played, the boxing game I played the most over 10 years. That was on my desert island list of 5 games for 5 years or so. In reflecting, somebody asked the tough question, which game could you not live without? It's Let's Rumble. So I thought I would get it out today and share it a little bit. I owned it. I ordered it years and years ago in hard copy, and it was shipped across the pond to me. And that was lost and damaged in flooding. So I lost a lot of old games and things that were destroyed by water damage. And then later found Owlsat Games online and was able to get the PDF. So this was printed off at my local Office Depot from the PDF. It has a little rule book, and you've got some color charts. This is our actual game chart for round by round results. It's got the follow-up attack after a knockdown on the flip side of that, and then of course we have 8.5 by 11. We have the other charts of the game, how it walks you through the paradigm of a knockdown. You have your round by round scoring results, your cut chart. It has your flow chart for KD results. So I talk about this being my favorite, and somebody had asked a question: of all the games, quick based games, which one would you recommend that's also got depth? Well, that's this. This is a quick play game. You're going to make one roll per round for the result of the round, but you can see the level of depth that even a quick play game features. A flow chart for knockouts, a count chart, the effect of a knockout, KD punch chart avoidance, the RS ref stops fight checks, the foul checks. So for a game that basically is a round by round scoring game, it is jam packed with all the detail that you would possibly want in a fast play game. And then the PDF itself comes with the championship boxing rating. So these are all the boxers. Remember, I talked about that Let's Rumble is part of a triumvirate of boxing games that are Owlsat Lamborn games. Championship Boxing was the big full simulator, fast actions, tracked everything, multiple tracking of your boxers in that game. Very, very deep simulator. But the exact same boxer rosters with all the ratings that work for Championship Boxing, this game is the quick play version of Championship Boxing. And Return of the Heavyweight Champ, which is their fictional career game, which features, 150 fictional heavyweights. They're rated identically to these boxers. So you could play Return of the Heavyweight Champ using real boxers, and you can use Return of the Heavyweight Champ's fictional boxers with this or with Let's Rumble. So this is the roster of boxers that come with Championship Boxing. Let's Rumble does not come with Return of the Heavyweight Champ, as that comes with fictional boxers. So anyway, we got a pretty good list, front and back. I don't know how many pages. There's a lot of historic boxers here. There's things about this game I love too. It tells you the era they fought in, and it tells you whether they held a belt. So I appreciate that. Alexis Arguello, super featherweights. Alexis Arguello was the WBCA belt holder from 78 to 80, and it was his era. So we got Arguello, so we can look and see who else fought roughly his era, who else might have been battling for the rope. I don't know about you. I'm a huge boxing fan. But I don't know every boxer in history. I certainly don't know where they fought or what decades all the time. And some of them were, again, some of these guys were British champions, right? Things like that. So anyway, and it breaks them all the way down into flyweights, all the way up to heavy, middles, light heavies, middleweight, junior welters. So you get them all: bantam, super bantam, feather, bantamweight, flyweights, and junior flyweights. So it's pretty much every weight class. When they stopped making boxers for it, I do not know. So that's the thing, right? There's just going to be an end to that I'm aware of. Now, I haven't visited Owlsat Games in years. They may be selling new boxers for these games. I don't know. Heck, I don't even know if they're still selling games. I hope so, because they make some of the greatest tabletop replay games, especially British sports, racing, tennis, hockey. They make some amazing sports games. And I think 3 of the best boxing games on the planet. This would be the one I cannot live without. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and see why that is. All right. So again, my color pages are charts and tables. These are my boxers. This is my rule book, and this, of course, is the main scoring. So we're gonna pick a couple of boxers here. I'm not certain if this game will have. Let's see. We got Ken Norton. So why don't we do Larry Holmes and Ken Norton? That would be fun. So first thing you're supposed to do is write your red boxer, red Holmes. And then we're going to do blue Norton. Okay, so Larry Holmes, and so what I talked about this in my video the other day. Let's Rumble requires you to take some of these ratings and call them into a Let's Rumble rating. So, for instance, Larry Holmes will be rated for this fight. His DF is ×2, so Holmes is 19 times 2 is 18, plus his ACC. So Holmes is 18, so 18 plus 14. And then his EV score, I think. Yeah, plus his EV. Larry Holmes' EV is 3. He's a 35. So Larry Holmes is 35. That is his rating. It's called your fight effectiveness rating, right? Your FV rating, I think. Or your, what do they call it? Fighter rating, FR, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and do Ken Norton. Ken Norton is 16, 28, 20. Okay, so Ken Norton is 16 and 12 is 28 and 2 is 30. So Ken Norton is going to be behind by 3 points on average in every fight. Okay, so we also want to write down their stats, their actual ratings. Right, so we got DF, we got his punching power, we got his KD, we got his SD, we got his foul, we got his EV, his TKO, his stamina, and his cut numbers. Okay, so Holmes, let's go ahead now and jot these down. So Holmes rates out his DF. This is his fighter rating. This is basically his top rating that tells you how good he is. He's a 9. His punching power is a 5. His KD is a 7. His SD is a 6. His foul is a 2. His EV, see here, his ACC. Oops, ACC is 14. His EV is a 3. His evasion is a 3. His TKO is a 6. His stamina is a 9. Damn, he's solid. His cuts are 4 and 7. And his favorite punch, they actually have favorite punch, is a right hook. I know, Holmes is right hook, left hook. That's his favorite punch. That would be basically his knockdown punch, not necessarily his best punch. His best punch, I think, was his lead jab, but he knocked out opponents with either right or left hooks is kind of his forte. The ACC is particularly an important stat for the full game. So for championship boxing, ACC is a big rating. In this game, it's a big rating in that it's added to the DF. You multiply the DF times 2, add this, and then add that evasion rating. And so those are the only 3 ratings we need for this game, but we do need these other ratings if tables come up. Okay, so hopefully I'm walking everybody through this fairly well. All right, so Ken Norton, matter of fact, let me lose these crappy readers and get my actual real prescription glasses out here. Oh yeah, that's easier. Now I can see what the hell I'm doing. All right, so Ken Norton. It's funny, I'm using readers for just banging around, and I don't realize how important. Oh, so where's Ken Norton? There he is. Ken Norton is an 8. Ken Norton is a 4, 6, 4, foul of 2. His EV is 2. His TKO is 5. His stamina is 8. His cuts are 6, 7, which means he can get cut fairly easily. His favored punch is a left hook. And his ACC would be a 12, but again, we're not going to need that again now. So there's my 2 boxers and their ratings, right? So we're ready to go. What I do need to also write down on here is the referee score, the judge 1 score, and the judge 2 score. And this will be for every round, right? And I'm going to just make a note. Get out of here. Round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're going to have a 12 round heavyweight bout. And we'll be in Madison Square Garden, MSG. How about that? All right, so Holmes comes in here already a +5 over Norton, right? And now we're going to play. Remember, red corner, blue corner, and these are used for some checks. And that's it. So we're set up. Everything's written down, and we are literally ready to start. So round 1, pretty simple. Oh, by the way, stamina for Larry Holmes is at 9. Stamina for Ken Norton is at 8. So Ken Norton's going to get fatigued at 8, and Holmes will be fatigued after 9. Okay, so what we're looking for when we first roll the dice, we're going to cross-reference. The red will cross with a B, and we're going to get something. However, if either boxer rolls a 5, that indicates an immediate boost to their boxing score. So let's give an example here. So first thing you're going to want to be aware of when you drop the dice is if there's a 5 for either fighter. So for instance, if I roll 5, it means the red corner is done well, and it will be in his, where's it at here? For example, if the result is a red 5, it means the red corner has done well. Okay, right, so where is my 5 roll? Usually it says in here. It's been a while since I played it. I want to get it right. Where is it? See below, cross-reference. Where the heck is it? So 5, it's circled. So it reminds you that 5 is circled. That means there's a boost to your score. If both boxers roll a 5, apply the increase for each of the rolling separated for each turn. Where am I at here? Points are awarded by official. Either boxer rolls a 5 is an immediate increase by the FR roll 2d6. Okay, so if, let's say, on the first round, Holmes rolls a 5 and my opponent rolls a 3, Holmes immediately gets a boost of 11, right? So I roll 2 and I apply, which one? It's not 11. You apply the lowest of the 2, so he would immediately get a 5-point boost to his already 5-point advantage, right? So the lowest. So Holmes, on this round, we're going to cross-reference 5 and 3. Holmes gets +3, +5, that's +8. He was already winning by 5. It would be a 13-point victory. Holmes would be winning this round by 13 points. That is going to impact our judges' scoring. That's it. That's how easy it is. Okay? So let's see if we can play. So I think I've kind of walked everybody through this, right? How you write down, how you determine their score. Again, this is a quick play game, so it abstracts the key ratings from championship boxing. We get a value. Holmes is going to outscore Norton. So Norton has to overcome +5 points on every roll if he wants to beat Holmes, right? Okay. And there's many ways that can happen, both the cross-reference and if he rolls a 5, right? So here we go, round 1, ding, ding, ding. Right now, Holmes has a +5 advantage. We're going to get 3 and 6, right? So 3 and 6 is 5 points for Norton. It's going to be a tie round. So that's it. Very simple tie round. And we're going to come over here to a tie round, which would be, I'm just going to put here plus 0. Nobody really won that round. And now we're going to make a roll for Judge 1, for the referee. Referee 2 on a 0 margin. I rolled a 2 on an even margin is 10-9. So that means Holmes is going to win 10-9. Why? Because Holmes is the favored fighter. Here we go. 7 is 10-10. So Judge 1 says I like both boxers. And Judge 2, 9 says 10-10. So right now, Holmes would be winning this on a minority decision, right? Okay, so that's round 1. Round 2. Wow, 8 and 9. Holy cow. 8 and 9 is a 1-point gain for Norton, but Holmes would win this round plus 4. So he got 1 point, 31-35. Holmes, though, is going to actually win this. So red plus 4, right? This was even. Red plus 4. So again, we now know that Holmes, in a tight round, let's see what the judges said. Round 1 on 5 says 10-10. So Holmes can't get the ref to give him an advantage. 2 is 10-9. So Judge 1 gives it to Holmes. And 4 is 10-10. So again, we got Holmes by basically very, very close. This would be a win by minority decision, basically, right? At this rate. Okay, we keep going. Round number 3. 8 and 7. Dang, it's going to be look at this. It's going to be a plus 1. So Holmes is going to win this. Red's going to win this plus 6. 5 plus 1 is plus 6. So Holmes has now got a better chance. And 4 on plus 6. 4 on plus 6 is 10-9. So Holmes is going to get the ref 10-9. 1, Judge 1. Oh, wow, 10-9. Oh, thank God, because if not, he would have lost this round. Judge 1 likes Holmes, 10-9. And 2, 10-9. Yeah, 10-9. So Holmes won round 3 without question. 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. Okay. Here we go. Oops. Oh, man. I hate when I drop dice because then I'm chasing them around the room. Makes for exciting videos. And then if you lose it like I have, it's rolled somewhere, I can't find it. Oh my God, where would it have gone? Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, behind me. Alright, here we go. Round 4 underway. Holmes is winning. 8 again. Man, Holmes is stuck on 8. And that's good because it's going to be a KD chance. Bam, right there. So Holmes is going to score a KD chance, right? So I'm going to put down here in notes, round 4, Holmes, KD question mark, right? So how does that KD question mark work? Right, we're going to roll KD question mark. Where's it at? Round chart, RSF, note. Okay. Most rounds are decided by a D10. Sometimes they'll have to visit another chart. When a KD results, the round chart trigger the possible knockdown procedure. Note that there is no +9, etc. linked to the result. During the procedure, the actual round scoring and the adjustment of the FR will be determined. So we follow the flow chart and we establish if there's been a knockdown. All right, so our flow chart, right, for the KD, potential knockdowns. When the KD result is obtained, there is a potential knockdown. The defending fighter must make an EV attempt. So the EV of Norton is a 2. So he's going to have to roll a 1 or a 2 to avoid this. He does not. So he does not avoid that check. So now we got to go to the actual knockdown scoring, the knockdown chart. Here it is. Okay, so Holmes's punch power is 5. His opponent's KD number is 6. So 5 and 6 is 8 plus. So on a 2d6 roll, if I roll an 8 or more, Holmes will knock him down. No knockdown, right? So let's go back over here because we have a flow chart. What do you do if there's no knockdown? If the saving roll total is more than the score required, then there will be a knockdown, right? If the knockdown cross-reference, a single knockdown will win the round 10-9. Two knockdowns will win it 10-7. But we want to go over here to check if there's an EV. There was no EV, right? Check for the KD. If there's a knockdown, no knockdown, attacker wins round plus 10. So round 10 is won, very simple, by 10 points. So it's just R plus 10. Right? He did not score a knockdown. We don't have to adjust any ratings. Ken Norton does not have to get up and fight off the effects. None of that. It was a round in which Holmes dominated, probably clocked him, maybe staggered him, and he's going to win that round 10 by 10 points. But that doesn't mean he's going to get the judges. Right? Remember, if he had knocked him down, he would win the round 10-8. However, we still got to make a check for judges looking at a 10. 4, it's going to be 10-9, so Norton gets the ref, 10-9. 8 is going to be 10-10. Wow, despite a dominant performance, judge number 1, wow, really thought Ken Norton held his own. And 0's 10-9. Either way, Holmes is winning this fight across the board. But wow, judge number 1 there in a what clearly was a staggering blow, did not punish Norton for that staggering blow. All right, here we go. Round number 5 underway. There's our 5. So remember, automatically, Norton's going to get 2 extra points. Right? So Norton's already got 2 extra points. We're going to look at 4, 5. 4 plus 1, add 2 to that, plus 3. It's still going to lose by 2. So Holmes will still win this round by 2 points. Outstanding. But does that mean Holmes gets the judges? Okay, referee is 0. It's going to be by 2 points, 10-9. So the referee's getting in close. He likes what Holmes is doing, but he's got a closer view of the action. 10-10. So Judge 1 at this phase of the fight is not leaning toward Holmes at all. Oh my God, and Judge 2 actually awarded this round to Norton. For some reason, Norton's fighting effectiveness did go up, so that judge was willing to say, you know what, Norton stole that round from Holmes. Epic. That's epic. All right, 7. I'm rolling high for Holmes, man. 2. So 7 and 2 is 9 points for Holmes, plus 5. It's a 14-point round. So Holmes comes out in round 6 and just lays the leather to Ken Norton. And that's a big deal. Plus 14. It's going to pretty much be Holmes across the board. Yep. The judge likes Holmes. A referee, 6. Judge 1 finally gives Holmes some love. And 8. Judge 2. So that round was won completely by Holmes with a 14-point fight effectiveness. It's basically the quality of their boxing, that score. It's not punches. It's just how well they are fighting, right? Okay. Round 7. It's going to be 2 and 4. That's my low one for Holmes there. 2 and 4 is going to be plus 3 for Norton, but that means he still loses the round by 2. So again, that's where Holmes is just all the way across the board the better boxer. However, still got to go to the judges here. 10-10. See, despite winning it on the effectiveness, remember, these are not the actual punches landed. This is how well they're fighting. So he's only just barely outfought Norton. And, of course, the referee says, I'm giving it 2. Right? Wow. And can you believe it? Judge 1 gives it to Norton. And 3, tied. So that's a round there that Norton won. So Norton has actually stole a round in round 7. Round 8 is where he will fatigue, but we're going to finish the round before we put fatigue into effect. For Norton, 5. That's going to be a bonus point of 4. So already plus 9 points And we got 0. So 5 on 0 is ref stops fight, question mark. 9 plus, he had 9 plus 9 is 18. So he's currently a plus 18 round. So Holmes was told by his corner, look, you may think you're doing better, but Ken Norton stole that round from you. So Holmes comes out in 8 and just waylays Ken Norton. And there is a ref stops fight check, which I believe, and I should have printed all these on separate cards, but I printed them to save money back to back. Nope, that's our follow-up after a knockdown, because it would be easier if I didn't have to flip that over. Ref stops fight check. Where am I at? Where is it? There it is. Ref stops fight check. So we look at TKO. Ken Norton's TKO is 5. So if I roll an 8 or a 9, the ref will step in and give Larry Holmes the victory. Remember, 8 plus 18 points means Larry Holmes just completely pummeled him this round. So an 8 or 9, that's it. Holmes will win this on TKO. Nope, 5. So we keep fighting. And we also have to make an adjustment for stamina. Wow. Well, first of all, let's get the... despite a check from the ref for ref stoppage, we still have to check. We still have to check the referee's score. 18's almost. Oh my God! Holmes should win this round easy. 6, 10-9. So the referee, despite almost stopping it, 0 is a 10-8. So Judge 2 gives it to Holmes 10-8, and 7 is 10-9. But Holmes won that round, getting every score. But we got to do our stamina adjustment now against Ken Norton. Stamina. The boxer's FR rating is subjective to dropping due to due to stamina rating. Roll 2d6, take the higher of the two, and reduce their FR. Also, permanently reduce their KD by 1, their SD by 1, and their TKO by 1. So he's going to go down 6. So he's down to a 24 effectiveness. Right? We also reduce his KD by 1, so his KD goes down to a 5. His SD goes down to a 3. And his TKO goes down to a 4. So Ken Norton now is in deep trouble as he's already giving up 11 points. So for one round, because at the end of this round, Holmes will go down too. But right now, Holmes for this round has an 11-point advantage. Right? Here we go. 5. Oh, no. And Holmes is going to add another 4. So 15-point advantage for Holmes in points. But 5 and 7. Actually, 3 minus 15, 12. So Holmes is still going to win this round by 12. But Ken Norton did the best he could, gaining 3 here. However, it's a 12-point pummeling by Holmes. It's just a dominant fight by Holmes. Holmes looking at 9 on 12. He's going to win this round 10-9. Referee likes him 10-9, so Holmes is dominating. 8 is 10-9. And 4 is 10-9. And there you have it. Holmes is winning. Now Holmes has to drop. So we roll and we take the highest roll. Wow, Holmes goes down 6 as well. So he's now at 29 as he's fatigued. Now he's back to his normal 5-point bonus because they both went down 6. Holmes also suffers his hit power, his KD goes down, his SD goes down, and his TKO goes down. But Holmes is still the superior fighter. Oh, here we go, folks. Round 10. Holmes is dominating this fight. 4 and 6. Is going to be Ken Norton gets +3, still going to lose this round by 2. And let's roll those referees by 2. 2, 10-9, so the ref likes Holmes, 10-9. Judge 1, 4, makes it even, so Ken Norton fights really well. And 0 is going to be 10-9. So again, Holmes is going to win that round, 2 judges to 1. A tie, 2 to a tie. And here it is, folks, round 11 underway. No, are we in round? Yeah, round 11 underway. Here we go. And it's going to be 1-0. Look at this. Ken Norton is going to get a bonus points. 5 bonus points from Ken Norton. 1 on 5 is a cut. Red cut. 7 plus 5 is 12. He has a 5-point advantage, so it's going to be blue. Ken Norton is going to win round 7 by 7 points. And there's a cut chance against Holmes. So we come down here and look at the cut number. 4 and 7. I roll 2d6. If I roll a 4 or 7, Holmes is cut. No cut. But it will be 7-point victory. So Ken Norton has not only survived, but in the 11th round, Ken Norton fights his heart out, hoping to maybe win it. I'm sure his corner man, his manager said, Ken, you've lost this fight. You have got to win this with a knockout or a TKO in the last 2 rounds. And Ken came out and gave it his all. And let's see what the refs think about Ken Norton's efforts. 0 on 7 is 10-9, so the judge gives it to Norton. Or the ref. Oh, the judge 1 gives it to Ken Norton. Oh, and Ken Norton wins that round outright, 9-10, 9-10, 9-10. Holy cow, gotta give Ken Norton credit. The man has got some guts. Here it is, folks, the final round of this heavyweight, 12-round heavyweight bout in Let's Rumble. And here we go. It's gonna be 0, not good generally, 2. It's gonna be a cut chance against Holmes again, +3. But guess what? Holmes still has a +2 because he had a 5 advantage, 3, 2 left for Holmes. Technically, Holmes has got the bigger point value, but Holmes again may be cut. Yes, Holmes suffers a cut. Oh God, say it ain't so, folks. What if Ken Norton wins this on a cut chart? What is the cut? 6. It is nose damage. His fight rating would go down. So here we go. Notes. Round 12. Holmes. Nosebleed. FR -2. So right here, Holmes, if this was a 15-round bout, Holmes would drop to a 27 in his fight effectiveness, meaning he only has a 3-point advantage for the next few rounds. So Holmes had his nose bloodied so bad it's affected his fight performance. Is a -2, or fight effectiveness. And this fight effectiveness, if you've noticed how the game works, it's not just how well they're scoring points, it's how well they're showing their abilities, and that's why it's not such a automatic with the judges. So this FR, and bloody nose, does not make Holmes a less effective fighter, but it's going to show poorly in the judges and the referee's eyes as he's fighting off a bloody nose. That's going to basically lower what he looks like whether it looks like he's winning the fight or not, is the best way I could abstractly explain it. So there it is, folks. That is over, and Holmes was almost cut in 11. He's going to be a bloody nose to in 12. We're going to take 2 off his score. So we're at 0. This is technically going to be an even round because his FR. So now it's an even round. Let's see who the judges like in round 12. 6 is going to be even, 10-10. So referee gives it 10-10 round. 1, 9-10. Oh no, Holmes loses. Judge 1 gives round 12 to Norton. And 4, 10-10. So Norton will still rounds 11 and 12 in a brilliant heavyweight bout. But over the course of this fight, there's not a chance it's going to be Holmes. Holmes is going to get the referee. He's going to give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rounds. So Holmes, referee gives 8. It's 8 rounds to Holmes out of 12. They tied some. I'm only counting wins. Judge 1 gives Holmes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rounds. Holy cow, folks. And Judge 2 gives Holmes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rounds. So Holmes is going to win this by a majority decision, basically. Majority. Because he got 2 of the 3. Let me see here. How many rounds did the other guy win here, though? 1, 2, 3. Yep. So he's still would have won that round. So it would be a unanimous decision. It would only be a majority if this judge had given it to Norton. Unanimous decision win for Holmes. Wow, a 12-round bout and a unanimous, a UD 12 win for Holmes. And there it is, folks. This is, for me, without question, my favorite boxing game of all time. Title bout would be my favorite full simulator from my childhood, but this is the one I would not live without. And I think results are more accurate than any game. I think how 4-dice boxing rates the fighters, probably the most accurate for 4-dice boxing's ratings. But these are rated, I think the accuracy, again, Holmes did beat Norton in real life. I don't know what happened, but my point is I think this produces more realistic results. But I think 4-dice championship boxing by Kevin Elias has a more accurate rating system, if that makes sense, because he just takes actual data that's available for every boxer and they crunch it into a one-number rating. That's not to say his system creates more accurate results. I think this game makes more accurate results. I think his rating system is more accurate, right? If that makes sense. So, for instance, I could use 4-dice boxing matchups. If I matched up Holmes and Ken Norton, but used the 4-dice system, Holmes would have had a 5-point advantage in every round, but I would roll the 4-dice system, so I could almost use, his rating system, but this game. So Holmes, in his game, I don't know what Ken Norton's rated, but let's say Holmes is a plus 30, divided by 12 rounds. He would get to add, 2 points to every round for Holmes, but we would use this to score the fight, right? I won't do that because I need all these ratings. As you can see, once stamina hit, their ratings drop. So again, when somebody says, what's the best quick boxing game? There's no doubt, 100%, it is Let's Rumble because of all the detail. So, I walked through this, so that took 30 minutes, but you can play this game very quickly. But you can get the scores and results quickly, but you do not sacrifice all of their ratings. You do not sacrifice knockdowns, cuts, TKO checks, stoppage checks, even covering up after a knockdown. You roll to see how they handle being knocked down. And in my opinion, for a quick boxing game, this has it all. It's a fast-play game that is loaded with detail, but it doesn't slow the game down. Unless, of course, you have a knockdown, then you got to go through the machinations of determining. So anyway, and again, if I had not stapled these together, it would have been a little faster. I would have just set my round scoring table right there and been able to check the results immediately, but I had to pick it up. But it also slowed me down. As for a tutorial, it slowed me to walk you through this. So in my opinion, for a full sim, championship boxing and title bout and glory days, those 3 boxing games for full punch-by-punch sims would be difficult for me to choose one. I prefer glory days. Every boxer is rated with, and it uses dice on their card. That uses dice. I prefer championship boxing's rating system because this is my favorite boxing game. So, all right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.